Hey kids, have you ever made a mistake? Maybe you accidentally bumped into someone and knocked them over. Or maybe you dropped your dinner on the ground.
Well, in today's lesson, we're taking another look at Moses.
In this story, we're going to see what happened to him when he made a huge mistake.
Moses grew up like a prince in a palace. If you remember our last Moses story, Moses was adopted by Pharaoh's daughter.
So he got to grow up in a big palace filled with lots of servants. He probably never even had to do chores growing up, because the servants always handled it for him.
His life was way better than the other Israelites, because they were all slaves.
Moses saw how the Israelite slaves were being treated. The Egyptians were really mean to all the Israelite slaves. They made them work crazy hard all the time, and a lot of the time they would beat them if they weren't working hard enough.
So when Moses went to visit his people, he saw how they were being treated, and it made him really angry. It wasn't fair that he got to live in a palace while they were being treated so poorly.
In his anger, Moses killed an Egyptian slave driver. Yep, you heard that right. Moses got so angry, he killed an Egyptian man being mean to the Israelite slaves.
I bet you've never heard of that part of the Moses story.
I mean, Moses is supposed to be this really good guy who does a really good job of following God.
And he was, but even good people can make big mistakes. And because of his mistake, he had to run away from Egypt.
Luckily, that's not where Moses' story ends.
And there's a lesson we can learn. God can use anyone, even if they make a big mistake.
Sometimes it can be really easy to think your mistakes are too big for God.
You feel like you messed up so bad that there's no way God could forgive you.
But that's not true. God will forgive you and use you to do great things if you let Him.
All you have to do is have faith like Moses. Memory verse.
By faith, he left Egypt, not fearing the king's anger. He persevered because he saw Him who was invisible. Moses knew that even though he ran away and messed up, God was still on his side.
So kids, next time you make a mistake like knocking someone over, think of Moses.
He knew that God was with him, no matter what, and the same is true for you. Hey kids and parents, if you want to learn more about courage,
or the story of baby Moses, check out the links below.